What's going on, Halloween fanatics? The Halloween franchise definitely had some good and some awful movies, and then there's Halloween Ends. This movie deserves its own separate category simply because there are a plethora of components that shapes, no pun intended, this movie to be the worst in the Halloween franchise. And it's an abundance of people on YouTube and even in the horror community that felt the need to defend Halloween Ends. And there is absolutely nothing about this movie that you can defend. And finally, after a couple of years, it's been proven that Halloween Ends is definitely the worst in the franchise. And let me remind everyone why this movie is the worst. First, let's start with the script. This was a rushed script that lacked the core elements of a Halloween movie, and I'm talking about fundamental elements. Secondly, Michael Myers was demoralized into a 60-year-old pussy. But y'all fanboys will be like, but it shows that he's human, and that's my point exactly. Everything Michael Myers stood for, they completely erased, and that's the one thing that none of the previous sequels did. Thirdly, they killed Michael Myers and showed it on screen. And they even had a ridiculous ceremony for it. How stupid was that? And then you have the Halloween atmosphere, which was non-existent in Halloween Ends. They filmed this movie in one of the worst sections in Savannah, Georgia. I mean, if you look behind the scenes at the photos and even behind the scenes footage, you can just see that the place where they shot it at, it's in the hood, and the entire location felt dirty, and you could definitely see that on the screen. And I also feel like it was lacking the Halloween decorations, and I feel like when you have Halloween decorations in a Halloween movie, especially in this franchise, it's almost like a character in itself, and it brings out the movie a little bit more. And I felt like Halloween Ends definitely didn't do that. It just felt off to me. And also, I want to talk about how this movie, they shifted the focus to be on Corey way more than Michael Myers. And I'm like, why would Danny McBride and David Gordon Green do this? Why would they write a script? And anyway, hold on. Before that, why would they even approve this script to even get to that point? But I don't know what went on with that. And this is one of their go-tos when they try to defend Halloween Ends. If it wasn't a Halloween movie, then this would be a great horror movie. Well, guess what? It's a Halloween movie. So you can stop with that excuse. But, I just feel like it was no creative kills in this movie. And honestly, I can't remember not one kill in this movie. I guess in the beginning when the little kid fell down the stairs, I guess that was a good kill. It was a shock factor. But other than that, I mean, generic kills. Now, this right here is one of my biggest gripes with this movie. And with the script writers, producers, anyone who had anything to do with this movie. They had Michael Myers getting beat up and abused by Corey Cunningham. And there's no coming back from that. Listen to what I said. Michael Myers was abused and beat up by a teenager. Now, I just can't get over that. He also got his mask taken. And even at the end, when Corey, was almost dead, he was basically dead. He was going to die. Even when Michael Myers was trying to get his mask back or whatever, Michael didn't really want to kill him. He just really took him out of his misery. That's how I seen it, because Michael could have easily, killed him, but he was just like, I'm not going to let you die like that. That's how I seen it. And I can also harp on the acting throughout this movie. Besides Rowan Campbell, everyone else in this movie fell flat. No standouts, even Jamie Lee Curtis. And I can honestly go on and on about Halloween Ends and how much it sucks. But it's good to know that it's been confirmed that this is definitely the worst movie in the franchise. And I can say that confidently. Now, with that being said, if you love any and everything horror movie related, anything paranormal, then make sure you check out my channel. If you like my content, then make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see every time I upload. As always, be safe. Peace.